Hi guys, in my previous video, I asked you guys what stopped you from moving abroad. In this video, I'm going to share with you my own experience and hopefully that might answer to your questions. As you guys know, I'm a Singaporean, we like to eat, right? So food was my main concern. So in the past few years, I tried to cook the food that I really enjoy eating when I was living in Singapore. So even until now, living here for 23 years, I still cook Asian food. Occasionally I do cook Swedish food, but that is because I live with a Swedish guy. In Singapore, we are so spoiled with choices. You know, we have this really cheap, good food at the hawker center. When I move here, it's like shock for me because I noticed that there is very limited type of food offers in restaurant. When I first moved to Skellefteå, I was wondering if they have any hawker center or any food court, but there isn't any. So most of the food here is either pizza, hamburgers, or Chinese restaurant. Most of the pizza, they have almost the same menu. And the Chinese restaurant too, they have almost the same menu. So it's pretty boring. So no choice, I have to cook myself at home when I was craving for Asian food. And my second concern is the weather. Because from someone who live in a tropical country, we are not used to winter. In fact, I'd never even seen snow before my whole life. When I first fly down to Sweden, to Skellefteå, and I looked down, I was thinking, what is all the white stuff? So it was a really dramatic change for me in terms of the weather. And it took me many years, to even know how to get dressed like the local people. And because I'm staying right up in the north, so the winter clothes is much heavy duty type. You have to be suitable for this really extreme coldness. So the coldness can be minus 30 and averagely is around minus 18, 20, 21. So if you are really scared of cold, maybe that is something that you might want to get used to it as quickly as possible, because otherwise, you find yourself being trapped at home. You dare not go out because it's so cold, right? So, you will feel isolated. So for me, I think it's dressing right, find the right material, because if you know that you are extremely scared of cold, then you should be more kiasu. You should find material that are good, better quality. Sometimes you have to pay a higher price, but I think it's worth it. If you buy a higher quality winter jacket, it will keep you warmer and you will not have a chance to fall sick. In Sweden, it's like we have 4 seasons, and every season we have different way of dressing. So that will be added cost, on your pocket. So you have to bear in mind on that. But there are always ways to buy cheaper. The best way is to buy second-hand. And second-hand is very popular in Sweden because you guys know they like to recycle things, and this is very good for the environment, so you don't have to get new stuff all the time. In Sweden, if you wear second-hand stuff, people will say, wow, you are very environmental. Whereas in Asia, right, if you wear second-hand, people will laugh at you and say, hey, how come you don't have money to buy clothes, right? Also, another concern is whether or not people are racist here. I think that is everywhere, racist people. A lot of you guys wrote to me and told me Swedish people are very racist. And again, I think it is really depending on really how you portray yourself. Notice a lot of people, they come here, they are not well integrated with the Swedish people. Many of them turn out to be criminal, and that is why Swedish people are very skeptical about foreigners. Many older generation people were a bit skeptical. They say, oh, they are taking away our, pension, so we have nothing left in the future. So that is why, it is really important to portray yourself. Make sure that you are useful for the society, the job that you work for. And in this country, we need a lot of staff in the health and medical industry. If you are interested and you're willing to work in this industry, you have a very good chance to success. There are also many other professions like we need here. Foreign talent, they start to realize that it is very good to employ somebody with foreign eyes, because then they might learn something from the foreign staff. The fourth things that I was concerned is that because I'm an Asian and my partner is a Swede, so you might have some conflict in interest and also value. In Sweden, everything is 50-50. If you go out on a date, don't expect your boyfriend to pay for you, all right? Be prepared to pay half of the dinner or the meal. In Sweden, the partnership in a relationship is quite fair. Based on my experience, because my own family, my brother, he's the type that never cook, never do laundry, never do marketing. So he depending on his wife to do all that. Whereas in Sweden, it's totally different. The man take responsibility of everything, half, even taking care of the baby, doing laundry, doing cooking. Sometimes he ran errands for the family, which is really, really common. So in a way, it is really nice. It's really common scenario whereby the younger woman will take care of the older man. In my case with LG, it feels like it's the opposite way. I only in charge of the cooking and the marketing, and he literally do the rest. He do laundry, he do the dishes. He doesn't cook, but it is okay. It's better he don't cook, because if he cook, I can't eat. And then other chores like in the garden, in the garage, the car, the tractor, everything he take care on himself. The Asian girls are so hardworking, right? They do everything. So I think that is the biggest mistake. You shouldn't do that. I think when you come, you have to lay down your card and say, okay, these are the things, we have to be fair, and you have to make sure to tell him that I'm here for love. I'm not your slave. I'm not your washing machine. I'm not your chef. I'm not your driver. So make sure you lay that down, and then you set boundaries. Make sure that you invested equally as your partner in this relationship. Living in Sweden, you really have to switch your mindset. The way you live in Asia is very different, and when you are able to understand this as quickly as possible, all this information, and your rights, living abroad can be really challenging. I have a playlist of videos to share with you my experience, how it is like living here. So if you're interested, I'm going to include the list in the card above. Make sure you go and check it out. Recently, I created a backstage room where I organized my accessories and clothing used for shooting, and tools used for shooting and props. Let me know in the comment if you like to watch a video like this. I can share with you some ideas how I reorganize my stuffs. And I also found a few cheap ideas how not to spend too much money to renovate or make your homes look better. I always believe that you really don't need a lot of money for your home to look good. If you haven't subscribed, do that. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye guys.